It's a silent meditation this morning for you. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the 93rd meditation with Adam. We are training our mind in the art of meditation, learning how to train this mind that we have, discovering the power of our mind, not only experiencing the benefits of meditation while we're meditating, which are countless. We feel more peaceful, more focused, happier, more present. But we also, if we are mindful of our experience in meditation and experience the benefits in our everyday life. Saying at the end of last night's session, the training in patience, where we are able to accept what is happening to us instead of fighting, battling with the world around us. We can do this on many levels, physically, verbally, mentally. We may have mastered the art of suppression, of frustration and anger. And as a consequence, it's all inside. And it may come out as sarcasm, cynicism. Training in patience is a complete and full acceptance that this is how it is. This is what is happening for me at this moment in time. And our wisdom, which is different to worldly intelligence, our wisdom instructs us to not respond with frustration. It instructs us that the best approach is to accept mentally what is happening. That means we can be peaceful and happy. And it also gives us clarity and insight into how we can potentially solve that difficult situation. Responding with frustration, anger, is not helpful for our mental health, and it also clouds our judgment. And as a consequence, we engage in further negative actions of body, speech, and mind, which leads to further difficulties and problems for us. And in that way, we perpetuate the cycle of confusion and dissatisfaction. And in the midst of all that turmoil, we start to feel miserable. And what do? Blame somebody, or blame somewhere, something. The training in patience helps us to take full responsibility. We don't blame anymore. We don't fight with what is happening. We accept. And we find peace here. Not in a idyllic future situation, but right in the middle of our everyday life. This is a wonderful development if we can accomplish this. We no longer feel that we have to wait to be happy, to be peaceful, to solve our daily problems. We need one of these, two of those. We've discovered peace and happiness in the middle of the chaos from our practice of patience. Patience is a deep mind, and it will be our greatest ally. And it goes hand in hand with our meditation. These meditations, although we're not explicitly saying it, meditating on it, these meditations that we're engaged in here bring about a natural experience of patience. And then if out of meditation we are mindful of what we're doing, we can develop it, the practice of patience. And if we can train our mind and be more patient, then this helps the people around us as well. Even if somebody is angry with us, frustrated with us, if we don't respond in the same way, it helps to pacify that person's frustration. Patience doesn't mean that we don't have any feeling. There is a feeling there, but it's a peaceful one. So it's not just not responding or becoming like a piece of wood or something. It's an active, engaged mind that appreciates and understands the most helpful response is to have an open, accepting, and peaceful mind. Also, in the back of our mind is the awareness and appreciation that because we're training in meditation, it makes more sense to maintain the continuum of peace that we have established in our practice, as opposed to disturbing it by following the minds of anger. So it's in the interest of our meditative practice to really try to emphasize the practice of patience. It also doesn't mean to say that we don't work for change. We don't call things out when we feel they're inappropriate. Doesn't mean to say that we don't say anything. It's the intention. So this is quite important as well. It's the intention. It's a state of mind of patience can then potentially influence our mind to act compassionately. And then we may engage in some external action that potentially leads to change for the benefit of the community. But it's influenced by patience and wisdom as opposed to anger. So anger looks like it leads to change. Potentially does on one level, but often it can cause more problems later for ourselves and for the people that are having to experience the effects of it. It's worth thinking about, reflecting on. All these suggestions, they're worth reflecting on, and then we can make decisions. Like I'm starting to appreciate the meditations that we establish at the beginning of the day. When we're training our mind at the beginning of the day, we're finding that peace and calm, but we're also directing how our day is going to go. So at the end of this meditation, we have some experience of this mind like a sky, openness, peacefulness. And then we conclude by deciding that we're going to carry this patience, this openness, this awareness into our daily life. We start to decide what kind of day we're going to have. Are we going to have a good day ahead? Are we going to have a happy day? Well, that all depends on our mind. And if we can make our mind up now, we guarantee ourselves to have a good day, regardless of what people do to us, say to us. Yeah, we're having a good day because we've decided to. So let's begin with some mindful breathing. So deep inhalation and breathing out. 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 Final one. Deep inhalation and breathing out. And we set our intention of compassion, wishing that we can find freedom from our suffering. I'm wishing that all living beings can find freedom from their suffering too. So we have an expansive mind, remembering others across the world as we sit here in meditation. And dedicating meditation on their behalf. And then we engage in the 9-round breathing practice. Deep inhalation through the right nostril. Hold it. Breathe out 3 times. Deep inhalation. Breathe out 3 times. Deep inhalation. Breathe out 3 times. And again. And breathing in through both nostrils. And the final 9 rounds, over to you in your own time. My body, like a mountain, completely present. My breath, like the wind. Notice the breath there. And my mind, like the sky, unobstructed, limitless. My thoughts and plans, worries, they're just clouds arising from the sky of my mind. Everything is inside our mind. And we rest now into its natural state. Finally, the rushing and busyness has come to a halt. Just as when you look at a blue sky, there's no limit there. So now as we look at the natural mind, there's no limit. Just boundless space. We enjoy every moment of our meditation, appreciating how extraordinary it is to spend time meditating instead of rushing into the day. We turn our mind in a different direction, looking within, and gradually starting to discover this vast world. And looking ahead at our day. We make the intention to carry our experience of peace in our heart and to use our wisdom to respond to situations with patience, acceptance, as opposed to frustration, annoyance. To keep our mind open, accepting and peaceful, regardless of what is thrown at it. We can accomplish this if we are mindful and alert. We dedicate the positive energy from our meditation. We can accomplish this. And also on behalf of all those experiencing difficulties and problems. May their suffering swiftly cease. Okay, thank you very much. When you're ready, please conclude your session. It's helpful to appreciate that we're not yet perfect. So to expect to be completely patient from here on in is unrealistic. We need to encourage ourselves. If we do find ourselves later getting irritated, getting frustrated, getting angry, we have to appreciate that these are habits. Can't just immediately stop these habits, the deep-seated habits. But rather than getting discouraged, we see, and then we think, okay, go again. Yeah, discouragement is unhelpful for us. We need to be realistic and think, we start the day. Today I'm going to try to be patient. I'm going to try to integrate what I've learned to the best of my ability. And if I encounter problems and forget, notice that and go again. Yeah. Keep trying, and gradually we make progress like that. Not to have too high expectations and then forget patience, then we get discouraged, and then we stop practicing. Not helpful. So it requires some skill. We need to be quite skillful and light about it all. And you may surprise yourself simply from setting an intention now. Today, I'm going to train in patience. You may surprise yourself. And then through the day, keep the intent. It's like you started a fire now. Yeah. Meditation is like you put the effort into the fire, and then through the day, check on the fire. The fire is like the intention. Check on the intention, and then add a bit more to it. Yes, keep going. We encourage ourselves. Keep going. Keep practicing like that. I wish you all the best with your practice of patience and meditation. We will be meeting again, same time tomorrow, 8 a.m. Have a good day.